Hi friends, welcome to today's lesson for Spanish court interpreters. El acusado no deberá tener contacto con la presunta víctima. For today's practice, I encourage you, say this out loud, even if you're not sure of how exactly you might say it. Give yourself the chance to be quote unquote wrong. Give yourself the chance to make mistakes. That'll actually help you remember it better. Presunta, just a reminder that's not presumed or a supposed victim. Una presunta víctima, that is an alleged victim. Alleged victim. So altogether, a possibility, and as a reminder, multiple ways of interpreting things. We're interpreting meaning, but a possibility. The defendant shall have no contact with the alleged victim. You'll see I put little underlines for shall have no contact, for no deberá tener contacto. If you said the defendant must have no contact with the alleged victim, you'd still interpret the same thing, but shall have no contact. It's a good idea to have this one in your flashcard. It's just it sounds more formal. You might see this written, if you go from English to Spanish, you might see this often, but it's a great idea also to practice in case we have to interpret from Spanish to English. Asimismo, as in, asimismo, el acusado deberá comparecer ante el tribunal. Or, asimismo, el tribunal podrá imponer sanciones adicionales. This essentially means furthermore, also, additionally. So, with that in mind, a possibility for el acusado or asimismo, el acusado deberá comparecer ante el tribunal, the defendant must also appear before the court. Or for the number 2, the court may also impose additional penalties. Se le informa al acusado que tiene derecho a un abogado. I'll give you a moment so that you could try to say this out loud. How might you interpret this? A possibility. The defendant is informed or advised that he has the right to an attorney. El acusado deberá mantener informado al tribunal de cualquier cambio de domicilio. So when you read this, the general idea is the defendant has to keep the court notified of an address change. That's pretty much just the steps here. A possibility. The defendant must keep the court informed of any change of address. El acusado deberá obedecer todas las órdenes judiciales. So what must they obey? Órdenes judiciales. You might be tempted to say judicial orders, but more commonly heard in English as court orders. The defendant must obey all court orders. And our final sentence for today. El testigo declaró bajo juramento. When they're declarando bajo juramento, they're testifying. The witness testified under oath. So just another one that might be tricky. but practice it out loud. El testigo declaró bajo juramento. The witness testified under oath. All right, friends. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Have a great rest of the day and bye-bye.